Okay, so in the last video, part 3, you may have heard me mention that I'm going to start working on the walls. This is it. So this is the back wall. In the introduction, the photo that you see at the intro there, the walls are all insulated, and they have that kind of foil covering. So it's like a silvery, shiny. It's a bad insulation, I guess, that comes in a roll. And I was wondering how I would mimic that. And so what I've come up with is my thin aluminum sheet again, which I love using, and a pizza cutter, and a straight edge, and the 14 times tables, so you can get 4 feet. I think it's 3.5 millimeters to a foot. So 4 times 3.5 is 14, as far as I remember. And yeah, once you know your 14 times tables, you tick it off on the bottom, tick it off on the top, and then you can use your straight edge there to line up the 2 ticks, and your pizza cutter to gently crease the line. And what I'm using here is some very thin neoprene. It's spongy, and that's so I can get the depression in on the hard table. I don't know if there's much more than that. The cool part is actually, so I'll just do one. I'll do one. And so what ends up happening when you do press, you can see it rising up, right? So it's actually folding. But what you do when you fold it back down, it actually creates like a pillow effect, which is exactly what the insulation does. It kind of, they've got it fastened at these points, so it's kind of like an undulation like this. And when you fold it back, you've got the middle standing proud, and those creases exactly where they should be. So once I paint this all shiny silver, in fact, I could have actually just done it on that side. Maybe I should. That's almost exact effect in reverse. And that's the other side there. So you can kind of see it billowing. This is actually going to be a perfect representation. Whether I use the dull prime side or the shiny aluminum side, I don't know. I think it's kind of a mixture between the two of them. When you finally get it, it's a bit dull. So I may just use this side and continue on. But this will be the back wall. This is the side that'll be exposed to view, and in front of that will be all kinds of I-beams and support materials. Anyway, so yeah, this is what you're going to look at. On the other side, this is not what you're going to see on the outside. I will be facing that with, I believe, more of those garage sale signs. I'll cut them into panels, like tilt-up concrete panels, and glue them on the backside of this. So that's all for now. This is my methodology for making my interior insulation walls. Thank you. Okay, I'm making some wheels here for the gantry crane. So I don't know if you can see those, but I'm using some 4mm styrene rod, and the tools of the trade here: triangular file, and a small 2.5, 3mm round file, and a razor saw. So a razor saw is a must. Very, very handy. I just got one about 6 months ago. I don't know how I worked without it. So first of all, you grab your 4mm. Make sure it's flat on one side. Good enough. Apologies for the angle on this one. It's a bit crooked. But what you do is you just score with the triangular file. Gently rotate so you get a V groove going. Okay, and then you can go a bit faster once you got the whole circumference done. You want to make a fairly deep groove. And I'm holding my file on a bit of an angle here just so I can get my fingers clearance. If I have it flat on the deck here, it's really hard to do. So pick it up, put it on a bit of an angle, and give yourself a bit of clearance. This doesn't take long. I'm only doing 4 wheels per gantry. Blow it off. Okay, that's the first step. Then I'm going to come along with my round file and just widen up the whole opening, round it off a bit instead of being such a V groove. That looks pretty good. So that's it for now. And then last step, actually, I'm going to make this, I've got too much on material on this side, so I'm going to get rid of it before I cut. A little more sanding. So I want my width to be 4 mil to fit in my my flange, or my I don't know what you call it here, but fit in there. Okay, that's good enough. And now final cut with the razor saw. All right, and there's your final wheel. So this is my second crane here. I've got it almost finished. I just got to put these 4 wheels in, and then I'm going to paint it or prime it, and they just fit in like that. So we've got one more to make, and then I'm going to start painting. All right, that's it for tonight.